Don't you just love learning math at 8 o'clock in the morning? Good evening, Dr. Jones, fellow classmates, esteemed guests. My name is Madison Lanke. I am speaking to you today to persuade you to let school start 2 hours later. Let's start by talking about how students work in the morning. Students, particularly teenagers, do not function fully until later in the morning. With classes starting as early as 7 in the morning, people often worry about the danger they pose both to their peers and themselves. With schools putting more pressure than ever to ensure academic success, it is imperative that we take every measure to make sure our grades go up and extracurricular participation is better. And getting better sleep helps with both of those. According to the National Sleep Foundation, all teenagers undergo sleep phase delay, which means melatonin doesn't kick in until around 11 p.m. and wears off at around 8 a.m. According to Healthy Hours, research conducted by experts say that early school hours are hand in hand with stress, mental illnesses, and substance abuse. Also, teenagers should be getting around 8 to 9.5 hours of sleep. Imagine a student driving to school at 7:25. Even after getting a large coffee, he can barely keep his eyes open and focus on the road. Suddenly, there are bright lights ahead and loud horns can be heard. Now more alert, he swerves into a side road and narrowly avoids a collision with cars. As he is calming down, he looks back to see what had happened. While he wasn't paying attention, there were signs that indicated a one-way lane. Despite that, he is luckier than many other students who weren't as fortunate. What we need now is a solution that will benefit the teachers and teenagers. We need to move starting times for school for later in the morning. If we don't, our academic scores and safety will continue to suffer. According to Healthy Hours, schools that started at after 8 reported better alertness of students throughout the entire day. Reports done shows that schools with later classes reported higher test score averages the entire year. They also show that school zones that had later starting times reported less car crashes and less violence. Imagine a math class at 7 a.m. with the math teacher writing down problems on the whiteboard. When he looks back at the students, he sees that half of them are unfocused and another quarter are nodding off. Now imagine that same class, but at 9 a.m. instead. The students are more alert and awake and absorbing the information. This makes the teacher much happier also. The health and safety of students are more at risk when rising early for school. It would be easier and to the benefit of everyone to just start classes later. And so, I propose that we all write letters. Take a note to write a letter to the school board demanding change to the class schedule. With all that is at stake, our task at hand should be proposing a solution that will work for all involved. We will write letters until they have agreed to our changes, and if they do not read our letters, then they will hear our voices as we gather support from the majority population for change. Thank you.